Levi here, the Outdoor Cowboy, and welcome back to the Outdoor Cowboy YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be talking about my favorite campfire treats and snacks to make. Here we got a delicious s'more, can never go wrong with them, and we got 7 more on top of a s'more as well. So stay tuned for some awesome recipes and some great ideas for you and your family to make next time you're sitting around a campfire and just having fun. So we've got some awesome recipes coming up. They're super cheap, super easy, fun for kids to get involved, and just delicious. So let's jump into it and saddle up for the ride. Cooking food and snacks around a campfire is one of my favorite things to do. It's just relaxing. I love being around a fire, just the noises and just the environment. And there's also delicious food, so we love that about it. It's just an awesome thing for families to do, which is just the best thing. My beautiful wife will be joining us here in a little bit to try some of the snacks we make today and tell me if they're good, so hopefully they are. But these snacks and things we're going to be talking about today are just awesome. They're super easy to make, which is one of my favorite things because I love being around the campfire with family, with kids, and a lot of these things are so simple that your kids can help you with them and your kids will love them. So that's why I love some of these snacks. Super simple. All of them are just a couple ingredients. Don't take that long to make. Don't take a lot of effort or any specialty tools or anything. So we're going to be talking about some of my favorite snacks and treats to enjoy around a campfire, to make on a campfire. I'm going to be showing you how to make them, what you need to make them, and then showing you what they look like when they're all done. We're going to give them a taste test and see how delicious they are. So super excited to talk about these and make them because they're delicious and I always love making them. And hope that you guys can learn some new treats. I know there's a ton out there and I'm not going to cover all of them. So if you have any more, comment them down below. But make sure to hit that subscribe button to follow along. And let's jump into our first campfire snack. All right, on to our first campfire snack. We have the classic s'more. And s'mores are super easy to make. All you need are some graham crackers, some marshmallows, and some chocolate. And shout out to Feastables for being ethically sourced cocoa. That's awesome. So then when it comes to making a s'more, we'll need some graham crackers. Then we'll take out some of our chocolate and place it on our graham cracker right there. Then we'll take our roasting stick and some marshmallows and we'll stick it on there and go roast it over the fire. We'll just spin them a little bit, get them over the coals just to get them a nice golden brown, or however you like your s'mores cooked. All right, we're getting a nice golden brown on there, which that's exactly what I like my marshmallows like, so let's go build our s'more. All right, we've got our marshmallows. And we'll just grab it like this with the graham crackers and slide it off. And just like that, we got a ooey gooey s'more. Got our s'more all finished up. We got marshmallow oozing out the sides. Let's give her a try. Oh yeah, can't ever go wrong with a s'more. And obviously the s'more is like one of the most classic campfire desserts. It's probably what everyone knows. And you probably know how to make them, but I just wanted to cover them just because it felt wrong to not cover the s'more. Just because it's kind of like the camping snack and treat, so I thought it was only right to cover it. But you can get really creative with your s'mores. So we're gonna make a couple more that are made a little bit different ways than just using chocolate. You can pretty much replace the chocolate with anything you can think of. So we're gonna make one that uses a Reese's cup instead of chocolate, so we'll get chocolate and peanut butter in there. But it really can be anything. You can use cookies and cream chocolate, dark chocolate, or a really cool thing is you can use spreads as well. So you can use things like Nutella or cookie butter or peanut butter. Any of those things are super easy for putting on a s'more. I would definitely recommend trying Nutella. Super easy, you just spread it on there. Same exact thing, roast your marshmallow, put it between the graham crackers and go for it. And it's delicious, super easy, and again, one that kids love as well. So let's go make another s'more with something else in the middle. But just be creative, think of the best s'more you can, and it'll be delicious. All right, so for this s'more with the second marshmallow we already cooked, we're not gonna be using our chocolate, and we're gonna be putting on a Reese's cup instead. All right, just like that, we got our Reese's s'more. All right, let's give our Reese's s'more a try. Oh yeah, that's delicious. All right, that's super delicious with the peanut butter and the chocolate in there. But like I said, get super creative with anything in there. I've done it with cookies and cream chocolate, and that's super good because I love cookies and cream. Or like I mentioned, you can do the spreads. Really, you can make a s'more into whatever you want. They're super versatile, and that's why I love them. So we're gonna be making another kind of s'more for our next one, but it's gonna be a little bit different. So our next campfire treat is gonna be a savory s'more. So let's get into making that one. All right, so for our savory s'more, it's gonna be pretty similar to our normal s'more, but instead of graham crackers, we're gonna have Ritz crackers. Instead of chocolate, we're gonna have pepperonis. And hear me out. instead of marshmallows, we're gonna have some cheese. So we'll unwrap our cheese. And our cheese is gonna be what we're gonna roast on our roasting stick. So we'll just skewer the cheese. And we're just looking for it to get a little melty. Then we'll take out 2 of our crackers. And then we'll take 2 pepperonis and put 1 on each cracker. So that's ready when we get our cheese all melted. So let's go roast this over the fire. We're just looking to get it all warmed up and a little melty. So we're just gonna stick it down there by the coals. And we can see just like that, it's starting to get a little brown, a little melty. So we're just about done. All right, let's go put this on our cracker. All right, we got our Baby Bell all browned up and a little melty, so we'll just take our crackers, slide it right off, put our other cracker on, give her a little smush. Looking delicious with cheese oozing out, so let's go see how my wife likes this one. All right, my love, I made you a savory s'more with pepperoni and Baby Bell cheese.
Wow.
How is it?
Pretty darn good. I like it.
That's a success on the savory s'more. Now let's move on to the next one. All right, our next campfire treat are cinnamon and sugar campfire donut holes. All right, so for our campfire donut holes, or sometimes called campfire churros, we're gonna need some of those kind of pre-made refrigerated biscuits that you just have to cook, and then some sugar and some cinnamon, and then like a gallon-sized bag, which we'll get to in a little bit. So we'll work on the biscuits for now. So we'll peel open our biscuits, give them a pop, and then we'll take a couple of these and just toss them out here. And since I have the giant biscuits, I'm gonna cut these into fourths. So we'll grab our knife, we'll just cut them like this. And the smaller they are, the faster they'll cook, but whatever size you want them to be, make them whatever size. And then we'll take our roasting stick and we'll just kind of ball 2 of these up and just stick them right there on the end like that. And now they're ready to roast, so let's go put them over the fire. All right, so for roasting our campfire donut holes, we're gonna wanna find an area that's about 350 degrees. And the way that you can do that is find a spot that you're gonna hold your hand for about 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, yours get pretty hot, and about there will be 350 degrees. So we'll be pretty close, we'll be about right there. So I'm gonna go like this and prop mine up with some wood. And we'll just let these cook for 3 to 5 minutes, just turning them occasionally, just to get them cooked all the way through and golden brown on all sides. All right, and while our donut holes cook, we're gonna be prepping what's gonna be going on the outside, which we've picked cinnamon and sugar to make them taste delicious. So we're gonna take our Ziploc bag, we'll open it up, and we won't need a lot, but we're gonna try to put equal parts cinnamon and sugar in your bag. So put a handful of cinnamon in there, and then we'll pour some sugar in there as well. And we'll just mix that up in there. Okay, just like that, that'll be ready for our donut holes when they're done. So let's go check on them. All right, it's been a few minutes and our biscuits are looking good. We've been turning them. Got a nice golden brown cook on those, so let's go prep them to put in our cinnamon and sugar. All right, so we got our biscuits here, and I totally forgot to say that we need butter. And we're just gonna take our butter and just rub it on it till it gets all melty and just gets a nice coating on them of butter. So once they're properly buttered, we're gonna slide them off, and then we're gonna toss them into our bag with cinnamon and sugar. And you can do this with as many as you want at a time. I just did 2 just because we had 2 on our roasting stick, but you could have a bunch in here. So we'll just shake it up to get these covered in cinnamon and sugar. Okay, well, just like that, we got our donut hole all coated in cinnamon and sugar, looking delicious. So let's give it a try. All right, that was super delicious. Love cinnamon and sugar. Cinnamon and sugar can kind of carry anything in flavor wise, so kind of tasted like a churro, which is sometimes why they're called churros, but I think they look a little more like a donut hole and they kind of have that texture, so that's why I like to call them campfire donut holes. But super delicious. You could put anything around them if you want to, just to make them whatever flavor you want, but those are our campfire donut holes. Now let's move on to our next campfire treat.
For our next campfire snack, we have fire roasted Starburst.
Oh yeah. All right, so now to make our fire roasted Starburst, super complicated, tons of ingredients. Just kidding. It's just Starburst, so super easy. get whatever flavors you like, whatever colors, and it'll be delicious. So we'll open our Starburst up. And I'm gonna make an orange one for myself, and then my wife's favorite is pink. She says it's superior above the rest of them, so we're gonna make that one for her. All right, and then we'll take our roasting stick and just skewer both the Starbursts, just like that. Now let's go get these roasting over the fire. All right, for roasting our Starburst, it's gonna be pretty simple, just kind of like roasting a marshmallow. We're just gonna kind of get it cooking. It'll start to bubble, kind of sweat a little bit. You want to make them sweat, that's a good thing. But just till kind of they're ooey gooey, should just take like a minute or two.
Also, remember to go check out the Outdoor Cowboy merch. I'm wearing the sweatshirt in the color sand.
Oh yeah.
And this is a large, and it's really comfy, so be sure to go check it out.
Best hoodies ever, link will be in bio. I got the shirts on. This one is in the light blue color. Love it. Just the classic double logo. So.
Oh, and I also, here, hold this.
Also
double merch.
She's double merch and we're matching.
We're in the same color.
She's got the light blue outdoor cowgirl shirt.
For all you outdoor cowgirls out there, this one's for you.
Oh yeah. So go check it out, and remember that a portion of all sales in the Outdoor Cowboy merch gets donated to help some outdoor foundations that we talked about in last video that are doing some awesome things. So when you buy Outdoor Cowboy merch, know that you're not just supporting us in this channel, but you're helping with some awesome causes. So definitely go check out the merch. All right, our Starbursts are just about done. You can see that they're dripping off. So let's go catch these real quick, and then we'll let them cool down a little bit so they're not too hot, and then we'll try them. All right, we got our Starbursts looking a little gooey, but we'll just take our wrapper, slide them off like that, and just like that, we got a delicious pink Starburst. Same thing over here, and a delicious orange Starburst. And we'll let these cool for a little bit because they're pretty hot when they come out of the fire. Don't want you burning your mouth, but they look delicious, so let's go give them a try. All right, we got our Starburst all done, and they're cooled down a little, so let's give them a try. They're seriously so delicious. A little warm, super gooey, super soft.
Wouldn't recommend this if you recently had a filling in your teeth, because
might pull it out.
Probably will come out.
But super delicious. We both love Starburst, just a classic and can never go wrong. And it might sound weird to roast Starburst over a fire, but trust us, they're super good. They're also super easy. Sounds kind of weird, but they'll be delicious. So definitely have to try it if you haven't yet. And if you have, then keep doing it.
Let's move on to our next campfire snack.
All right, now for our next campfire treat is one of my personal favorites of all time for breakfast, for a treat, and that is Campfire cinnamon rolls. So if you guys have watched my video back when I did a budget survival video, we made cinnamon rolls for breakfast because they're super cheap. The roll of cinnamon rolls that we buy, which is all that you need for this, is like $1.50 or $2, something like that. So super awesome, and there's nothing better than a warm cinnamon roll after a cold night's sleep. If you're snow camping or just any camping, they're just delicious. Kids love them, adults love them, and they're just an awesome treat or breakfast. So let's get into making our super easy campfire cinnamon rolls. All right, so when it comes to making our campfire cinnamon rolls, like I said, all we need is just one of these cinnamon roll packs. Definitely get the ones with the cream cheese icing, and you'll see why later. So we'll just take one of these, we'll just unwrap it and give it a pop, and then we'll just take one of these out for now. Which these ones are the best because you're able to unravel them. If you don't get the ones that are unravelable like this, you can still just kind of form the dough, just stretch it so that it's like this, but definitely easiest if you can get the ones that are like this. Because then we take our roasting stick and we'll start down here and kind of pinch it, and then just go like this and wrap it around your roasting stick. And you can wrap it pretty tight, get it kind of spread out like this, and then just pinch it onto the end so it stays. And now this is ready to go cook over our fire, so let's go get it cooking. All right, so for cooking our campfire cinnamon roll, we're definitely gonna want this to cook for a little while, so maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And again, we'll want to find 350 degrees, which we do that by putting our hand by the fire and about where you can hold your hand for just about 3 seconds before it gets too hot. That's about 350 degrees. So that's about right where we want it. And then about 5 to 10 minutes, and it should be perfect for us to get finished up. So we'll get it cooking, and just remember to kind of spin it as we go, but it should be delicious. All right, it's been about 10 minutes and our cinnamon rolls look delicious. Just have a really nice golden brown on them. Got a little black on the edges, but that's no problem at all. So let's go get some icing on these and our cinnamon rolls will be all done. All right, so here we got our cinnamon rolls looking delicious. And here's where having the frosting comes in handy. So mine's just here at the end in this little pack. Just like that. And we'll just get it sliced open like that. And then we'll just kind of rip a piece off here. And then spread some icing on it. Oh yeah, that looks delicious. All right, and just like that, we got our Campfire cinnamon roll with all our icing on there. Looks delicious, so let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, that's so good. Like I said, I love this thing. This is the perfect breakfast when you're out backpacking or camping. Super easy, super cheap, and these things are super light. They do have to be refrigerated, so that's definitely one thing to keep in mind, but super delicious for adults and for kids with our Campfire cinnamon rolls. So let's move on to our next campfire snack. All right, for our next campfire treat, we've got a marshmallow covered strawberry. All right, now to make our marshmallow covered strawberry, we just need 2 ingredients, just some strawberries, which I just have this little fruit duo because that's what they had at the store. So we'll eat the rest of this fruit, but we'll just use a couple of the strawberries. And then some marshmallow cream as well. So we'll open this guy up and we'll just grab a strawberry out of here. These already have the tops cut off. If yours don't, make sure to do that. And then we will open up our marshmallow fluff and we'll just dip the strawberry in there. Get a decent amount just so it'll be yummy. Which the marshmallow won't like stick super great to your strawberry, but that's all right. You can just kind of rub it around with your finger like this, or if you care about sanitation and not having dirty fingers, you can use a knife or something. But over here, we like a little extra flavor of dirt. So just like that, looks great. And we'll take our roasting stick and just push it right through it just like that. And then we'll go roast this guy pretty similar to how marshmallow gets roasted. So it'll be perfect. All right, and then for roasting our strawberry covered in marshmallow, pretty simple, just like a marshmallow. So just kind of stick it in there, get it warm, and get the marshmallow that's coating the strawberry just nice and golden brown or to whatever your liking is. All right, just like that, we got a nice kind of golden brown at our marshmallow on the outside of our strawberry, so that'll be delicious. And we'll just let this cool for a sec, and then we'll give it a bite. All right, our marshmallow covered strawberry's all done, all cooked, looking really good, so let's try it out. That's super delicious. The freshness of the strawberry with the warm and gooey in the marshmallow. Super delicious for a little bit fresher of a snack, but still an awesome one. Super easy to make, really quick. So that's our marshmallow covered strawberry. Now let's move on to our next campfire snack. All right, and for our next campfire treat, we have roasted apples. All right, so now we're gonna make our roasted apple, which for this one, obviously need an apple. And then the other ingredients are some butter. You'll need some tin foil to wrap it in. And then really you can put whatever toppings in that you want. I'm gonna do some chocolate chips and some brown sugar, but you can do anything. You can put honey in it, you could put peanut butter in it, you could put peanut butter chips, Reese's chips, anything like that that go with kind of an apple cobbler type thing will be delicious. So, all right, first step is just cutting our apple, which I'm just gonna use a knife because that's what I have. But if you have one of those like apple core tools, those things are super nice and work awesome for this kind of thing. So we're just gonna go about into 8ths like this. That'll be perfect size. And then we'll clean them out a little, get the seeds out of there and the stem. All right, we got all those cut. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna place them in our tin foil, just in a circle like this. Then we're gonna take some of our butter and just slice a little bit onto the top, which you can never have too much butter, so. And then I definitely recommend some brown sugar. I think it tastes the best, but you can put on anything else you want and be liberal with the brown sugar. It's got apples, so this is pretty much a healthy dessert, so you can add lots of brown sugar. And then like I said, we're also gonna throw some chocolate chips in there, just for good measure. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take our tin foil and just wrap it up like that. Doesn't have to be too tight, doesn't really matter how it wraps up, just make sure it's completely covered, and then we'll go put this in our fire and get it cooking. And then for cooking our apple, we're just gonna place it down in the coals down in here, just where it's warm, but we don't have any open flame on it, and it'll just take probably 5 to 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes or so, depending on how warm it is. And we'll just kind of turn it as it's in there every minute or two. So we'll just throw this down here into some good coals. Alright, our roasted apple looks like it's about ready, so we will pull it out. We've just been turning it every once in a while, and it's been in here for a few minutes. We can hear it start to bubble, and a little bit of steam is coming out the top. So that's when you know it's about ready. So let's go open it up and see what it looks like. Alright, we got our apple all finished, so let's open her up and see what it looks like. Nice steamy goodness. And it just looks delicious. We can see our butter's melted and kind of gave us a glaze from the brown sugar. And then in there we've got a bunch of melted chocolate. So this is super good. It really just softens up the apples. So let's go give it a try. Alright, just like that, we got our apples all done. They smell delicious, look delicious, super easy to make. You just toss them in the fire for a few minutes. They were about in there for 10 minutes, so let's give it a try. And I definitely got to bring forks, so we're going to be using a knife, but luckily it makes them nice and soft, and they're all buttery and brown sugary, so cheers. That's super delicious. Those are so good. Softened right up. Really tastes like an apple cobbler. It'd be super good to put some like granola in it too. I just thought of that, should have done it. We'll definitely have to try that next time, but super delicious snack. Really fresh with the apples, but you can put whatever you want on it, so it's super versatile to whatever you're liking, and just a delicious campfire snack. So those are our fire roasted apples. Now let's move on to our last campfire snack. All right, and now for our last campfire snack, we have a delicious banana boat with chocolate chips on there, brown sugar, and marshmallows, all the good stuff. So this one's my wife's favorite, so we're gonna be making it for her. Just a classic, and one of our favorites to make. Just super delicious and super easy to make. So let's go jump into how to make the banana boat, and then we'll give it to my wife. All right, now to make my wife's favorite, our banana boat. Pretty simple again. It's gonna be very similar ingredients to the fire roasted apples we made a little earlier, but we'll definitely give some different flavors, definitely more of a dessert, and we'll talk about some of the ingredients you can and can't put on it just to make it delicious. So we're gonna need a banana, some more tin foil, and then it's really up to you for whatever toppings you want to put on it. The options are endless. So we're gonna do some more brown sugar, some more chocolate chips, and then some marshmallows as well, which I forgot to get mini marshmallows. That would have been the best, but hopefully this will still be good and my wife will still like them. So let's get to making our banana boat. All right, so first thing that we got to do, which this is super simple, pretty hard to mess this one up, is we're just going to take our knife and just slice it right down the middle, just like that. Don't have to slice it all the way through, and we're just trying to get it opened up a little, just kind of like that. And then we'll put it in our tin foil, and then here we can just start with our toppings. So we'll sprinkle a bunch of brown sugar in there, and then some chocolate chips, which this is also super good if you have like the cookie butter or Biscoff chips, or peanut butter chips, whatever. So do that. And then we got a couple marshmallows that we'll just rip up into little pieces. They'll pretty much melt anyways, so doesn't matter too much, but we'll just stick them in there just like so. All right, just like that, we got it all made. So we'll just wrap it up in our tin foil, which you can wrap it pretty loosely. Doesn't have to be super tight. Just like that, and we're ready to go throw it in our fire. The way we cook our banana boat is super similar to how we cooked our roasted apple. We just need to find some good coals to set it in for about 8 to 10 minutes, and then just turn it around every minute or two or move it to some better coals just so that it cooks evenly. All right, our banana is looking great. It's been in here for about 8 or 10 minutes, so we will pull it out of the coals. Our fire is just dying, so good thing this is our last campfire snack. Let's go see what it looks like. All right, let's see what our banana looks like. Our marshmallow's kind of sticking, but looks pretty delicious. All soft in there. We give it a little mix, and just like that, got a delicious banana boat. It definitely doesn't win the presentation one because it kind of just acts like a glob, but it's super delicious. The banana's all soft and cooked, and whatever toppings you want to put in there are really good. And something super yummy you can do, obviously you can kind of do like a banana split and throw some ice cream over this, or you can also do some pudding as well. If you get some like vanilla pudding, super delicious over this. So we'll let this cool down a little more, and we'll see how my wife likes it. I gave our banana boat to my wife, and somehow the footage didn't get saved, so that's why it's not in the video. I'm super sad about that, but she said that it was really good. This is a treat that she had growing up, so it's one of her favorites, and it's just a delicious and easy dessert with lots of options for toppings to make it however you'd like. So that's our last campfire treat, our banana boat. All right, and just like that, those are my top 8 campfire snacks. Just some of my favorites. I know there's tons of other good ones, and like I said at the beginning, comment down below some other ones that you have with the recipe, because I'd love to try them, and I know other people would as well. but those are just some of my favorites. I love all of them just because they're pretty easy. They don't take very many ingredients, and they're pretty quick to make, and they're just something fun to do while you're sitting around the campfire with your family, just enjoying and cherishing that time together, which is just one of the best things you can do. So make these and share these with your family, see which ones they like, try to guess which ones they like and make them a couple, anything like that. These are just some of my favorites. Get your kids involved, let them try them, have them help you make them, and have just an awesome time. But I hope you liked the video. I had a lot of fun watching this. Obviously I gotta eat a lot of sugar, so we're gonna have to eat extra healthy tomorrow, but these are super delicious, just some of my favorites that I wanted to share with you. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I hope you found some treats that you'll want to try next time you're around a campfire, because I definitely recommend any of these. So thank you so much for watching as always. It is pitch black outside, so we got to get headed home, but make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of them. And thank you so much for always tuning in. We'll see you in the next video. If you liked this video, make sure to check out the Outdoor Cowboy YouTube channel. We've got new videos every week, survival adventures, camping projects, tool restorations, and a whole bunch more. Hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.